Who is next year's 49ers?
In my eyes, I thought it was going to be the Cowboys. Okay? Just because if you look at what the 49ers were 1 year, not this season, but the last season, going into the season, it was the first time a West Coast team was getting hyped like that. First time the West Coast team was getting hyped like that. Like the Los Angeles Rams were getting a lot of talk, but the 49ers a season ago were getting real hype. John Lynch was there. Kyle Shanahan was there. Jimmy G hadn't lost as a starter. He came in for the last 5-6 games and didn't lose. They're like, all right, this guy's our guy. We built up this team. We literally have an undefeated quarterback that's basically the second coming of Tom Brady. Bill Belichick wanted this guy instead of Tom Brady. I mean, that was the entire image that was being painted. Then what, second game, whatever it was, third game, Jimmy G zigs instead of zags, tears his ACL into the crapper. I almost said
the other one.
The other one?
Yeah. FCC'd right there.
Professional.
Tony said it.
Thank you so much. And then this year, not a lot of hype going in. People forgot how good that Niners team was when Jimmy G starts. Now, granted, Jimmy G doesn't have to do a lot all the time, like eight passes this past week. But it feels like whenever he's playing, they're good. Feels like when Jimmy G plays for the 49ers, they're very good. Remember, they stunk whenever he wasn't playing just a year ago. Now he's playing. They come in, take the world by storm. The defense and Salah have all this magical energy. They blow some people out on primetime games. All of a sudden, they're back. Bingo, bango. Here they are in the Super Bowl. I think a team that was hyped up this past year. Now, granted, the Cowboys are always hyped up. Cowboys are always going to be hyped up. But that team, it felt like they had so much potential. And then it all just kind of crapped away. And Jerry Jones was being asked mid-season if he was going to fire Jason Garrett. And all this stuff happened, and all this drama. And all they did was continue to just they'd have a bright spot, and then they just crap all over themselves. I think the Cowboys have a chance next year to be that team. I do. I think with Mike McCarthy getting back in there. Now, Kellen Moore sticking around as a play caller is very interesting to me. That tells me that they're definitely giving Dak Prescott at least a franchise tag or a big deal, which they're going to have to take care of, by the way. They don't have a quarterback currently on the roster other than Kellen Moore, I guess. Kellen Moore's sticking around as offense coordinator just in case Mike McCarthy's like, hey, we might put you in style. We got Kellen Moore. Kellen, you're not doing any drugs and on dope, right? No, you can pass the test. Yep. You look tiny. You're not on steroids. Yep. We can get him in there if we need him. They're going to have to take care of Dak Prescott. They're going to have to take care of Amari Cooper. They're going to have to shore some things up. But I think Mike McCarthy will bring a new attitude to that team. I think they could take the world by storm next year. Or they could be your classic last 10-year Cowboy team, which is just, come see, come saw.
And I said it could potentially be the Cleveland Browns.
Why do you think that?
Well, like the 49ers the year before, the hype was insane. And then they came back. They had a bad year. But, I mean, I think they have the pieces. Like, they have a good defense. They have offensive weapons. It's maybe if Kevin Stefanski – no, that just doesn't make sense. Kevin Stefanski can't do it.
Scares me. Scares me, man.
Oh.
Scares me. They had Freddie Kitchens, the stone in the river. I'm calling Freddie Rivers now.
That's good.
And Stefanski just comes in without much fanfare. A lot of people are down on it. The media was very high on Kitchens last year because he was Baker's guy and they did so well at the end of the year. Now it's like Stefanski comes in, everyone's crapping on him. I'm nervous.
Well, I think it's something to think about for sure because they did have a little bit of success the year prior, which led into their big hype, which is the same thing that happened with Jimmy G. A little bit of success led into the big hype, and then there was ultimately disappointment, which is exactly what happened with this Browns team. A lot of disappointment. I mean, that poor dog pound. For the first time in a long time, they were given hope. You know, they've been living in the streets over there. They're a dog that's just roaming around with no home for a long time. A loyal dog, but just had no home, running around cheering for the team. And then all of a sudden, they were put in a nice house. And they said, congratulations. You got heating. You got air conditioning. You got all the dog treats you could possibly want right here. Good beds, do what you do. And then, 3 weeks in, the whole place burned down.
To the ground.
To the ground, and they're roaming the streets again. And the dog pound's like, damn it! Well, hello there. Utilize the promo code Pay the Bills and get $20 off your first order from SeatGeek. Now, back to the magic. I was supposed to live good. I was supposed to be happy. All those years of being a miserable, loyal dog, I was supposed to get paid off this year. And then instead, everything else was a story other than winning. And I don't know how Myles Garrett's watching UFC fights.
I don't think he should be exposed to more violence. Like, that's not the answer.
Easy. Tony.
Baker looks like he's been working out a lot.
Tony.
In the kitchen.
Whoa. At least Odell's had a good offseason so far.
Tony.
Odell's just having fun, all right? Get off his back.
He's a 27-year-old kid. Guys, I have respect for Odell Beckham, okay?
Yeah.
He handled this year a lot better than I think anybody could have thought. Now, the national championship, not his best moment, but I think he handled this year a lot better than people could imagine. But boy, oh boy, how long is that going to last for Odell? Just not winning, not getting the ball, not doing any of that. It's not going to last long, especially in Cleveland.
Especially when Stefanski comes in and be like, I didn't bring this guy in.
Hey, by the way, I don't know if you saw or not, there was an entire revolt by our wide receivers a year ago at the Vikings because all we did was run the ball. And we got 2 running backs here, by the way. So I understand we paid a lot of money to Jarvis and you, Odell, and all that stuff. But literally just a year ago, a team was publicly revolting against me in my decisions. And I'm sure that won't happen in Cleveland. Now that he's in charge and there's no chance of revolt. I'm sure that won't happen. No way. We got to get to a break. It's 10:18.
Don't sleep on the Lions in this convo. Don't sleep on the Lions. There's a lot of similarities from last year's 49ers team to this year's Lions team. You got Jimmy G going down, lose every game. Stafford goes down, lose every game. That allows them to get Nick Bosa. Lions are sitting there at 3. Could get Chase Young. Could get Chase Young. And Patricia's 3rd year as a head coach. Kyle Shanahan's 3rd year as a head coach.
Young Iowa tight end.
Yeah, any of
Bingo.
those available?
Great running back.
Wow. Look at this. Are the Detroit Lions next year's 49ers team that comes out of nowhere? Possibly.
Hey, you said we would forget about it, but remember week 4 when they almost beat the Chiefs? I'm not forgetting that, and now they're in the Super Bowl.
I won't forget the text exchange we had just yesterday either, Foxy. I texted Foxy. I said, realistic guess. How many years does it take for the Detroit Lions to win a Super Bowl? And he said, Pat, it didn't happen in my grandpa's lifetime. It's probably not going to happen in my father's lifetime. It has to happen in my lifetime.
Bingo.
So he's guessing in the next 70 years. And he thinks next year is going to be the Lions year. I respect that. Every year you get up, just like Joe Thomas got up every single year for those Browns teams that stunk. I respect that about Detroit and the Lions fans. I just wish they would win. Just like Cleveland. I wish they would win for that dog that's just roaming the streets for all these years. Just win for them.